use honey mustard. I've never done honey mustard. I've always just used mustard. But I know you can use a bunch of different things. It doesn't impact the flavor. I usually wear gloves, but I'm out of them, and currently it's kind of hard to find some of them around me. So this doesn't impact flavor. It's just going to bind the rub on, basically. Get it all in everywhere. Alright, so with this, I'm going to make pulled pork from this. And then I'm going to actually make pulled pork quesadillas. So I will then use my Blackstone flat top to take burrito-sized tortillas and then put some pulled pork on it, some cheese, some Mexican blend cheese, and then we'll fry that up, and then we'll use a barbecue drizzle on top of that. So, alright, wash my hands again. Chupacabra rub. They make a lower sodium one, which I want to try. So, be very liberal because it's a thicker piece of meat, right? Sure to put everywhere. So I'm going to smoke this tomorrow. Like I said, it'll take about 6 hours to cook at 225. Cook it to about 160, and then we'll wrap it because it won't take too much smoke. You don't want to put too much smoke into it, and then we'll wrap it to start accelerating the cooking process. Put it back in, and let that go till it's about 195, 200. All right, and then we'll let that rest for 45 minutes, an hour. Still wrapped, and then we'll shred. And after we shred, we'll get the flat top going. Just got all the nooks and crannies. Got I scored the fat cap. So rub in there. Rub in there. All right. So that looks decent. Looks good. Everything is covered. Be afraid to put more on if you want. I'm gonna use hickory tomorrow. I'm gonna use pellets. Super easy. So let me wash my hands again, and then I'm gonna vacuum seal it. This'll work. All right. Now you can inject these too. I have an injection kit, but I found injecting, at least from my experience, didn't do as much as I hoped compared to not injecting. So to me, it's just not worth it. Attempt number 2. Pull down, vacuum seal. Come on, baby. Alright, now it's sealing, so everything worked. Still sealing. Alright, done. So let it cool down. This is what it looks like. Looks very good. Nice and sealed. Alright. Good morning all. I'm just getting the smoker started. This is a Pit Boss Series 3 vertical smoker. It's not huge. It's probably big enough for a small family, or myself, one person. So I'm doing a pre-burn to burn off anything from the previous cook. So just jack up the temperature to 350 degrees and let the pellets start feeding in. And then let that run for about 15 minutes. And then we'll dial it down to 225 degrees. And once it comes down to temp, we'll put the pork butt on. I'm using mostly a hickory blend to start, Traeger, and then I'm going to add a mix of hickory, maple, and cherry Traeger signature blend on top of that. So hickory is my favorite. It's probably the strongest I've had, at least flavor-wise. So, alright, well, looks like the auger's feeding well, which means we're good on that. We can close the door and let that heat up for about 15 minutes, and we'll dial it down to 225, and then we'll be right back. All right, so the smoker is now around 225. Here's the meat from vacuum sealing overnight. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, I recommend at least doing it overnight and wrapping in like saran wrap. So we cut this open, place it on the center rack, fill the tray up with water, the water tray, and we'll let her start going. So we're gonna go make sure I got the right side up. We're gonna go with the fat cap up. So so the fat kind of melts off and bastes the whole thing. I change around. I go fat cap on, fat cap off, fat cap on, not scored, fat cap off, scored, fat cap up, fat cap down. So we're gonna close this up. Let me make sure we got yeah, it should be good for coverage on the rub. Alright, we're gonna let that go for about 2 hours before we worry about putting a probe in it. We're gonna take this up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we'll double wrap it in tin foil, keep the probe in it, put it back on, and wait until it comes up to about 195, 200. So we're about an hour and a half into the smoke. I need to put water in the water tray. Just to show you what we're looking at right now. About every hour and a half I gotta come out here and fill up the water tray down below. So it's looking pretty good so far. Starting to form a little bark. Alright, we're going to close her back up so we don't lose too much heat. And we'll check on her again in about an hour. Alright, we're About 2.5 hours in, I'm gonna put a probe in. That's what she looks like right now. Nice bark. Right here. And we're showing a temp of 128. 133. 137. Good time to put in the thermometer. And you need a thermometer. You can't just go by time because everything's different. We'll hit a stall eventually. A big piece of meat usually hits a stall, like I would say around 140. And then it takes a while to like start raising again. So I have this thermometer, and then it's hooked up to this Bluetooth, so I have an alarm set at 160 so I can go in my house and keep an eye on everything. And then at 160 we will pull it and we will wrap it, and then we put it back in until it hits 200. So I will be back when it hits 160. All right, we're about 3.5 hours in. The internal temperature is 146 right now. I don't think we've hit a stall yet. I'm just gonna add more water to the water tray. And that's what it looks like at 3.5 hours right now. Close that back up and check on her when she hits 160. Alright, we are at 159 degrees. We're going to pull it and show you what it looks like. Bam. So the internal's 160 right now. Just double wrap this. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Tight like a toilet. Alright. Some shitty tinfoil from the dollar store with whatever. So there's a little puncture. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. That probe there. Put her back down until she reaches about 200. That's not 6 hours, that's 4. Fuck, that's almost 8.5 hours, huh? Well, it's been resting for an hour. And this, it's gonna have juices for sure, so I'm gonna have to flip it out, and then I'll pour the juices. Smells good. So when you wrap it, you're not going to get a big bark, you know, like a stiff bark, so. But wait till I pull it, I'm going to shred it. rid of it without spilling too much. This is all fat right here, so this ain't gonna be. Here's the money muscle. Best part. Bone, barely any bone. So let's
you gotta get rid of some of this fair bit of the fat, the nasty fat, you know. Just remember the fat got rendered down a little bit, it's still gonna be there. This should be all, yeah, that's like a big chunk of fat right there. I gotta put it on the flat top and crisp it up. Just move over. So there's a lot of fat there. There's a nice piece right there, you know. Well, nice pieces. It's a lot of fat. You gotta dig through, clean it up before you know, it's usable. So, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'll clean up the fat of what I can. Right, and then we will get the Blackstone flat top going. We'll start on some pulled pork quesadilla.
Alright, this is probably not very good lighting or anything. I'll do my best. So, we got the Blackstone here. 28-inch. I've got some burrito-sized tortillas. I'm gonna throw one down. Put some oil down. Use grapeseed oil. Not on super high, maybe I shouldn't have it on so high. Alright, get some Mexican blend cheese down. Alright, get some pulled pork. Spread that out a little. Decent. More cheese. More cheese, always with the chips. Then another tortilla on top. Alright. See how that bottom's looking. Pretty good. Very good. Pretty good. All sides are nice. Actually, I'm gonna cut in just to show. Nice and crispy. Nice melted cheese, pulled pork. Who wants one? Who wants one? Alright. There's one done. Get some oil done. So hot. Cheese. Try to go a little more even this time, that way. I don't know, even though it's gonna all fall out fine. Like a pizza pie. Some pulled pork. Some pulled pork, yeah. Some more pork. Right. Get it down there, my friend. You put the pork all over. Alright. And then more cheese. Because, you know, cheese. Whoop, lost a little bit, but you know what? That's fine with me. It's okay. So yeah, it's just melted cheese and pulled pork for me now. Right in my bowl. It all works out. All works out. Yeah, with Blackstone, you know the Blackstone. Man, you can do so much on the Blackstone. You can even just make melted cheese like that, you know. Where's the knife? That is very nice. Alright. Well, that's it.